Okay, we're gonna. Alrighty, gonna go ahead and get started. We'll play some Grand Theft Auto. Hopefully my audio sounds good. Sure, I'll hear about it if it doesn't. The okay. Alrighty. Okay. We are off and running. Running. There we go. Switch it over. Okay, I'm in a closed friends session, so oh wait, I gotta turn up the game audio. Hopefully that's not too loud. See.
What you carrying? I listened to a lot of Dre when I was on tour. Shit kept me loose, you know?
Alright. Tweak that down just a tick.
I listened to a lot of Dre when I was on tour.
Really need
shit kept me loose, you know?
that audio. Tricks me. There we go. Okay. I don't need that. Okay. Alrighty. So the purpose of this, however long I end up streaming for the night, the purpose is just to explore Los Santos / Blaine County. That will probably stick more towards Los Santos. Really just looking to show around in a sense. Just move things around. What? How do I move this? No, I don't want that. Sorry, I'm just setting up my browsers. Alright. Okay, I got my chat up there in case anybody wants to chat. Alright, sorry for the little bit of delays there, but we're gonna get rolling now, so. But like I said, this is just to kind of show you, if you don't know anything about this game, you don't know how to play it, you don't know landmarks, whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
What's up, boss?
I'll try to show off some stuff, look at some stuff. I'm gonna start off with just a general tour of Los Santos.
What's up, boss?
I don't need to do that, but I want to get to do this there. Okay. I'm starting off in what's called the agency, and you actually own this, co-own it, I guess. I don't know who owns what percentage, but you own it with one of the protagonists from the storyline of Franklin, and yeah, you just co-own it with him. So, and you can do work. If I register as a CEO, which is what that thing in the menu is saying, then I can do different contracts, which there's only a few of them. I'm not really going to focus on that because I've done that a bunch of times in our streams. So, I'm just going to show you around Los Santos and kind of give you a general understanding of the area and what it's like. We'll head south first. Go to the point that you might see first if you were in the virtual world of Grand Theft Auto Online and you were traveling to Los Santos. You might come to this spot first, and that's LSIA, Los Santos International Airport. As the name says, the airport. Modeled after LAX, obviously. That's what Los Santos is. Los Santos is modeled after Los Angeles, so it makes sense. Los Santos International Airport. It's a pretty good sized runway. That's one thing that, again, the Grand Theft Auto games have seemingly been pretty good at from early on, is once you got to open world, was having a massive airport. One of the cool things about this airport is there is some hidden stuff that you can do. There's some hidden spots and I'm going to try to find it without instantly recording it. I know I'm past it. I'm going to go back over here. Just, yeah, there we go. This little space here, you can come in and get off my motorcycle. Different doors. This was it's like it's just a hallway.
I met this girl last night, and she was like, "Wow, you're actually a cute kitty." Kind of surprised. Whatever.
Aw. The guy just totally dismissed his friend's story. I mean, I'm assuming they're friends.
I met this girl last
They're
night.
here in a
she was
hallway
like, wow,
with
you're actually
nothing
a
else
cute
around,
kitty.
so
Kind of surprised.
I'm assuming they're here
Whatever.
together. And they're friendly with like friends with each other. I don't know. So you can fly in through these doors, obviously, or walk in. And if you get up on the roof, you can get down through that hatch and get down to where those guys are. That's a pretty good area if you're trying to hide out and you're battling somebody on the runway. Which, like I was saying earlier, Grand Theft Auto, the Rockstar, they've always done a really good job of building out pretty good sized runways. A lot of stuff happens here. It's kind of a focal point online, especially you get a public lobby. A lot of people end up at the airport, so they fight for hours. There's a hangar. It's the Devin Weston hangar, I think it is. He's one of the guys from the Storyline game. Yeah, Devin Weston. I think he might be dead in Storyline now. I'm not sure. He dies in the story. Sorry, 13-year spoiler. He dies in the story, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's a stunt plane. He dies in the story, and then, but you end up, I think you end up getting the Devil Weston hangar, which, considering the size of that thing, it's pretty massive. It looks like it's the biggest hangar on the property, but, yep, here's the airport. There are those pretty lights. All that. Pretty self-explanatory. It's an airport, so there's not really much to it. This is a pretty good spot to hide for a little bit if you're trying to fight somebody. If somebody comes over here, because you could buy these hangars, you can buy one of these hangars. This one right here, Pegasus hangar. You can buy it, and then you can store your planes in there. And one of the, some people, garage you with a Hydra. Store it in there, and if you're trying to fight them, you come up in here, and you can go ghost and hide up here, and then if you have explosive rounds or you're a sniper, you can take them down pretty quick, or just use your homing missiles or whatever you want to use. So, no strategy there, but it's kind of a neat thing to climb around and bounce around. Where's the radar? There's the radar tower. Light tower, I guess. Can't get in there from what I know, or from what I understand, but you can get up here. And then you have the spinning radar, or whatever they like to call it. Thing up here. This thing's kind of cool. Get up here. You actually can get up here on foot. There is a ladder. That's kind of neat. Then yeah, there's just a bunch of buildings kind of on the property, or kind of, pushing outward into LS. Oh, that's right, forklift thing. Not gonna do that one, but I'll probably do the Paperboy one later, just to show something what it looks like. Here's the Maze Bank Arena. I think there's some interiors. I think there's on the other side. We can do the Fame or Shame, which is kind of a knockoff of the American Idol, basically. I think so. Whoa! Alright, brother. Yeah, run the way I'm running. That's right. I thought there was a way to get inside. Maybe not. Maybe I'm...
Psycho! Holy cow!
It's formed. Yeah, is it over here? Huh. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking the RP servers. That's cool. Thanks. And make it look like you can. But no, I don't think you can. Yeah. I thought you could go inside, but maybe that's just missions or something. So anyway, this is kind of a junction point. The Maze Bank Arena, that's a huge landmark. very easy to find on the map. And then this is obviously South Los Santos, so then you work into the city. You have the LA River, the LS River in this case. Kind of a popular thing for people to utilize when they're trying to get away from somebody. Trying to hide, trying to get away from cops, maybe. Hop down the LS River, take you down to the docks, and the industrial area, and the shipping, and the harbor, if you will. It's kind of neat. There's some buildings over here, there's some stuff you can climb up on. You got one of these things, you can get anywhere you want, so you can fly up on those. This is kind of the, what do they call this? Cypress, yeah. This is kind of a interesting area. You have train yard, one of them anyway. Tower, the towers, all those things, storage containers. You got the big bridge, one of the big bridges. This one's kind of interesting. It's kind of funny because they have two of these, and I mean I know that there's obviously bridges in LA, but I've never thought of LA and thought of bridges other than the ones that they kind of mock up over on this side. They're much smaller, or at least in terms of height. They're not so tall. But like this bridge, like this is one that gets seen in commercials a lot. Like this one, or it's the one, but they're kind of more representative of the LA bridges that I think of. Not so much tall ones, but when I lived in Orange County, I didn't really. I went to LA a few times, quite a few times, but not like enough to become an expert. Yeah, like this is one that might be seen in commercials. I think so. But that takes us down into the there's Temple Hotel, into downtown Los Santos. This is the kind of the main area that I spend time in, because a lot of the stuff I'm doing is usually conducive to being in this area. You have the museum, you have an agency where we started off at. Obviously, it's in the big tower buildings. You got the Maze Bank building, which is just U.S. Bank building. This one's called Mile High, and it's been under construction, real world time, for 13 years. This is they obviously used it in the storyline, but then like here online, it's kind of like, oh well, there's a building that's under construction. Now the significance of it is that you can come in up here, you can fly into these areas, those little structure things, these red scaffolding. They don't have any physical impact on you on the flying over the Presser or the Deluxo or the I think any vehicle. You can obviously climb the tower, not the tower, but you can climb the crane if you like, and it's attached to the building. And there's another area that some people don't know about. Quite a few people don't, I think. Because, I mean, if you don't look around for this stuff, then you're not really going to know about it, obviously. But unless you watch videos like this that tell you about it. And there's a ton of content on GTA Online. Alright, let me float down here. So this is one of 3 or 4 floors that you can get onto, but there's only a limited way to get in. Those grates are not bulletproof. From that building right there, where my targeting is at, I shot a guy who was like probably right around here, who was talking smack that I couldn't find him because I flew by him just to see if he was in here, and he shot at me, and I went ghost. I went over that building and I shot him in the head, and he wasn't very happy about it, but he was talking smack, so that's what you get. But the floor above it is this floor, which you can fly into easily if you have a flying vehicle, or if you parachute down or whatever. And the same rule applies here. You can just go right through that scaffolding with this thing, or any other vehicle that can fit. You can get up here. And so I kind of like, I always joke and call it my clubhouse because when I really don't want to be around anybody, if I want to hide out from somebody and I can come up here, that one, they do actually have structure, so I can't go through there. Which I don't know why they do, but the other ones don't. But it kind of goes around the whole way. It's just, it looks like that, but it's on the other side of it. So there's the construction plans there. They kind of have random stuff that makes it look like a job site. They actually put a lot of detail into this. I wonder if this was supposed to be an actual mission place, because the details they have on it is kind of wild. Like I'm surprised there's this much detail, honestly. But you know, but it's kind of a cool place to hide out. When I go ghost, or if I turn out of sight, this is a place I like to go to kind of set my bearings. I keep scratching my eye. I feel like I got something in it. Then there's some other buildings. There's the Arcadius Business Center. That's where my, what you call it, my Securo Serve building or office or whatever it is. So I have a garage in there. Big garages smashing into it. It's got a cool campus, got a little nice thing there. And then we got this place over here. You got obviously the, for those that are a little bit more familiar, you can get down, look down at here. You can look down the sewers. If you want to get down into that, you can go down there. It's a common place for people to run to, whether they just want to get rid of the cops or they're trying to ditch somebody that's chasing them. But you come down into here, and it's right up there. You can get shot through there. You can shoot up and down through there. Can't get up or through that, but you can, obviously, as you can see, you can see down into it. So if someone's hiding down there and you're trying to find them, if they're underneath there, you can see them. Kind of a funny way to go. Arcadius Business Center, it says. Then there's a couple other big buildings. You get the FIB building, obviously a mock-up of the FBI, and then you have the what's the CIA? Is it CAA? I think so. IAA, yeah, for that reason. So that's the CIA mock-up. That one, this one is cool because it's got the just kind of a flat area. You can land a helicopter up here pretty easily. Get up on these little ledges, and you can scope down, and if you can, somebody's up on the Maze Bank building, you might be able to get them. This, this building here, if someone's up here hiding, trying to scope, you can get them from one of these two buildings. This one's cooler because it has the, like, I kind of think of the Louvre when I do this thing. It has this, little pyramid window thing here you can look down into. I think there's a trick you can do where you can get down into that. There's also in, which one is it? I think it's the IAA. Yeah, it's this one over here. There's a floor that you can get into, which there it is. It's a place that you can be. Like, that's weird. There's that one, and then I think there's another one. Unless that's it. That you can enter. You obviously can't fly into it, but there's ways to get into it. I can't remember exactly how. I never really actually worry too much about that one. That's okay. Then you have just some different areas. You have some different construction sites. You have the this is the Mega Mall, and this really reminds me of Southern California, Orange County. Driving around, like there's I guess Crown Valley. There's a building you go by that looks a lot like this, and it's like just one big ass mall. It's pretty cool. So you got some other parts of just kind of downtown Los Santos. It's kind of starting to work your way into a different part of town. And then you have your customs where you can go down and get your car fixed, or change the paint color, or whatever you do. Upgrade. And then you're starting to get up into the West Vinewood, as it says there. This building's pretty cool. They do have the City Hall building for LA over here. Fly over, check that out. It's kind of neat. It's a lot like the real deal. You can land up on here, as you can tell, if you got the right people. Get a good view. Obviously, there's the Vinewood sign, which is awesome. A mock-up of Hollywood, of course. This area, excuse me. I don't know why I'm tired. It's been a long week. In a good way. The Sunset Boulevard mock-up over here with the billboards and the placement of that, which, I mean, like, Sunset Boulevard's its own thing, but that cool. But you have some fancy ass homes over here. You obviously have some richy homes. You got the golf course, which is pretty fun. You have the Nakatomi building. I don't know what's called in real life now or what's called in the game here. I always refer to it as the Nakatomi building because it's similar in shape. It's the same shape, I believe. The roof's a bit different though because there's a helipad on the real building, and then there's like a different tiering up there that John McClane from Die Hard uses to escape. Yeah, the beach side, you kind of know what LA is, Southern California at least, is known for the beaches. Here. Over here at Vespucci Beach. You know what the word, if you know the connection of Vespucci to, I'll just say, the U.S., you know what relate to the entire Western Hemisphere, but if you understand the word Vespucci and its connection to the Western Hemisphere, specifically to the United States of America, congratulations, you know your history. Got some pretty cool stuff here. It looks, there's some stuff that looks really similar to stuff that was down at the LA, Long Beach. This one is marked up at a little bit. That there's some real stuff down there. They have they do have a little bit of a Muscle Beach thing here. They got some tennis courts and stuff. Kind of cool stuff. And they got the canal here. It looks like whatever you call it, pops out, and then you have things kind of fun. You have the helipad, which is where you can get a helicopter, or you can get your jet, which take off from here, and then you have the boat, the marina. Two pretty decent areas. This is kind of a little bit of a hub of activity at times, depending. We got the oil sign up here, the gas station sign of the torch. This vehicle lets you do what I call Batmaning, where you basically just get up on something and you just look over the towers. I gotta find Harvey Dent. Where's Harvey Dent? I'm not one of them. Do your best Batman impression here or anywhere. This vehicle lets you do that, but it's kind of a neat little area. Little soul. Then you have the mountains, obviously, around us. It's going to be Mirror Park. Mirror Park's a really cool place. I like to check Mirror Park out when I can. Mirror Park's a place that, if I lived in that area again, I would probably want to be around or visit the area that Mirror Park is modeled after. Maybe not live, but at least go there and hang out for a bit. Let's see. Here on the highway. Now we got this little neighborhood. This is the one attempt that they did at creating an actual residential neighborhood, and not just apartments or 2 or 3 houses and then that's it. They have, obviously this lake here, and then there's some new construction on the cul-de-sac, and they have some houses over here. And then you have this is the one, this is the one street that to me represents most sort of Southern California, living down there. This is the one street in this game that actually I think it's pretty darn close. representing a big chunk of it. So, and then you have these streets, but they're kind of, yeah, I mean, I guess this area it's better than almost any other area, because if you leave this area, you go north, you go into the county, and which, you know, Sandy Shores and all that kind of stuff, and Grapeseed. There's no real residential area like you see like typically in Southern California town. But even through here, like the homes are like all apartments and stuff. And then if you go back over towards Rockford Hills, which is Beverly Hills, they're just all massive mansions and big houses and stuff. So they're not really the same. You know, they're not like just somebody's like a normal average neighborhood. So no point there. But yeah, got these. There's the Vinewood Rockford Hills Hotel. Obviously, or this one, the Richmond Hotel. That's right. There's obviously the Beverly Hills Hotel. Sorry, jeez, break out. Cool. It's kind of cool. Like, have that signature site, that landmark that you can see. Another landmark that you would see is the, I don't even know what they call it here. I think it's just Richmond. Richmond means, I guess, Richmond. It's kind of a theme. These properties right here. Rich people. But obviously the Playboy Mansion. You have the grotto, and yes, you can go in the grotto, and yes, there are times when they call them NPCs, people that, you know, player characters that are not player controlled or human controlled. They'll be in here and they'll be outside this area and they will be topless because it's Grand Theft Auto and Rockstar don't give a shit. Funny. But here's like a, you know, kind of like their own little grotto. It's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. I mean, it's kind of somewhere you can go hide if you're, you know, inclined to do so. I think he's smoking. Because I've been bouncing around a lot of stuff. Oh, not what I was trying to push. There's that guy. He's just standing there smoking a cigarette. Yeah, he's smoking a cigarette. I think he might be smoking something else. Jeez, dude. From behind, he looked like he was fit. Up close, he's fat.
Yeah. Whoa!
He's just gonna swim and get out and then run away. That's funny. Yeah, splash.
Whoa!
Anyway, so we'll go ahead. Get out of here before we get into trouble. My flying motorcycle is smoking, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. You have a cemetery, which is kind of neat. They use it in a bunch of different stuff in the game. There's a few, like especially obviously during Halloween, they utilize it. It's kind of cool. North Vespucci Beach, I don't know what they call it. Yeah, Del Perro, which is Santa Monica here, and then for the most part, they got some stuff that's pretty close to it. Right, they got this building here. This is a really fun place. This is a pretty cool thing that you can troll somebody. If somebody's chasing you, and you make it down here and you park right here, and right when they're about to come flying and hit you, they think they're going to hit you in the water. You go passive. They go right through you and go in the water. It's a fun way to troll somebody. Yeah, I got the pier stuff here. That's kind of neat. But there's some more of the beach, so it just all connects. And some hotels and some big stuff. And some, you know, kind of cool. This I would say, this boardwalk kind of area is pretty close to what you see. You got these. Oh, excuse me. But these areas got these houses that are just right up on the shore. These cliff sides. That's pretty cool. It's raining. Oh no. Where do I need to go? I know there's somewhere else I need to go. Oh yeah, I know one thing. So yeah, this is kind of Los Santos. I mean, this is the main area that is actually considered Los Santos. I know that a lot of people probably just assume that the whole map is Los Santos, but it's not. Once you get past the mountains, you're actually in what's called Blaine County. And there's Sandy Shores, there's Harmony, there's Grapeseed, and if you keep going north, you can get all the way up to Polita Bay, which is kind of a fun place. But trying to get through, we got through, we're gonna get through here. So I'm gonna head a little bit more north, take you up to the observatory. Can't remember what they call it. The real one is the Griffith Observatory. This is kind of cool though. I guess I didn't really hit this right on the hills. The hills, as they say, which reminds me a lot of Beverly Hills and the hills in LA. There's massive houses on this hill and just keeps going up and up and up. See some lightning out there. I'm going to strip it lightning. Here we go. That's right, Galileo Observatory, representing the Griffith Observatory, and pretty well as far as the structure and like a little bit of how the layout is. There's some other stuff that's just completely off, but that's close. You can't go in, which is good. Yes, I am soaking wet, and I'm wearing flip flops, and I'm wearing some tight denim jean shorts and a nice tank top there, and some glow-in-the-dark wristbands. Oh, they're not glowing right now. There's not dark in them. Alright. So, the observatory. This is kind of a place where, you know, you need a place to mentally reset. If you've been playing for a while, you're planning, you're kind of an intense thing. You want to go somewhere where you can park and kind of be out of the way, but you don't necessarily hiding. That's not too bad. But you have the hills, you have the mountains to go through, kind of. In the Vinewood side, we'll go take a look at that real quick before I do the camera. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. You have the dam. You have the damn dam. You have the goddamn dam. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Is this a goddamn? Yeah, goddamn. You understand that reference? Congratulations, you're smart. Oh yeah, we didn't. One little area we forgot to check out. Yeah, there's the UFO and the WTF. That picture. The Up and Atom, which is a nice recreation of In and Out. It's pretty cool. Got that thing, the Wax Museum sign. Mural. And then you have Vinewood Boulevard. You have the theaters, you have the Walk of Fame, and all that. And in the game, they do a pretty good job, sort of. Oh man, I just smashed that guy. They do a pretty good job of demonstrating kind of how crappy it is. But it's compared to the real thing, unless they've done an amazing job of cleaning it up. Hollywood Boulevard, Walk of Fame, is just trash. It stinks. You got people dressed in really shitty outfits coming up to you, and at the time when I was there, they were jamming CDs in your face. Now who knows what they're jamming in your face, putting Patreon or some shit. This is a casino, it's kind of cool. You can go inside. Have a track here, a racetrack. The one real racetrack, if you could call it that. It's obviously like a horse track. It's not really meant for vehicles. But this is like the one track that they put in this game where they have fast vehicles that people want to race without having to go in an actual race. But anyway, yeah, no, just Hollywood Boulevard sucks. Last time I was there, it was a while ago, and you know, I don't know, it could be a little bit different, but I doubt it. It was just pretty shitty. Beverly Hills pretty cool, but like, yeah, most of the celebrities are hanging out there. Then you got the Hollywood Bowl. Pretty cool. I think there's another amphitheater right here. Yeah, look at that thing. That's kind of cool. This one over here, yeah, this one's not quite as big. Right? Yeah, a little smaller. A little smaller. I don't know if there's, I don't know which one's the Hollywood Bowl and what the other one is. I know there's, I think there's two in real life, if I remember correctly, but it's been a while. But it's kind of cool. They got some of that stuff there. I think that one there, where they're at, that big one there. I think that's the real one. And this here is kind of cool. Got the Vinewood sign, obviously the Hollywood sign recreation. The only thing is that they actually get the placement of the sign and the observatory in relation to LA. They actually get them wrong. At the observatory, when you're at the observatory, if you're facing towards the big dome, the sign is to your right. It's not to your left. It's to your right. But, yeah, who cares? All right, so we're gonna slip our way into Blaine County, which really is, other than Chiliad, which will fly right through. You got the desert. There's just not really much to it. It's pretty. I mean, there's a few things that are kind of neat. The church is kind of cool. There's dirt roads. There's the cave, which I think is like a. Just accidentally find it. No, I didn't. I always forget where the heck it is. It's over here. Oh, it's not there. It's not one of those. It's not in that. Not that culvert there. Where are you? You might be completely off. I think I saw. Should look that up. I don't know. The cave's around here somewhere. I'll probably stumble across it here. But the cave's kind of cool. You can go pretty far into it. That's a good place if you're trying to hide out for the most part. But at this point now, with some of the stuff that they put into the game, like the RC cars that you can, the tank or the RC car you can drive, going ghost, out of sight. There's just a lot of different things that make it much more difficult to essentially hide out in a place like that, because people can come in and get you. Like I'm hiding from a bounty, or if I have a bounty and I'm gonna hide it out, I'm not going to the cave unless I'm doing it for a specific reason. Like I'm filming a video with some friends or something, or I'm doing a demonstration. I'm not going to the cave to hide out. Cave is kind of a death trap. One way in, one way out. I think the cave's over here. Pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, I think that's it. Yep, there you go. You have to blow it open. You can get in there. I'll have to blow it way out too. I'm not going that far. This thing's already smoking, so I'm not really trying to get it all messed up. But you can go down here and it forks off, as you can see them, kind of. It forks to the left, and then, no, come on. Yeah, so I'm right here, so then it can go straight down to the left, and then to the right, and then down over here you can branch off, and then you have two more. So you can go pretty far under the mountain, but it's not really, I don't know. It's uneventful. I think at one point you had to come in here, you can get like a type of gun. It's kind of cool, but there's really not much use to it, other than, like I said, just like if you want to, if you're filming some content or something, then whatever. But we'll go buy the grapes, go by the winery. I go over here all the time doing a mission. Oops. I go over here and do this. There's a type of mission you can do. And it's kind of fun. But you have the winery here. The grape fields, what we call them. Overlooking the swampy area, Long Bridge, the gas station to your left. And then obviously that takes you into the sea. But over here you got the Fort Zancudo, which I'm allowed on without any kind of hangar. If you don't have a hangar here, which I own that hangar right here. This is my hangar. The plane's over there. If you don't own a hangar and you fly onto or drive onto or walk onto Zancudo, you get a 5-star wanted level, and then the military tries to kill you. And I don't know why it might be. I thought I already got all the channels. There's something that my targeting system. Why is that targeting? I don't know why I target that guy. Did target him? Anyway, if I target him, they're actually going to try to shoot me, so I'm not going to do that. I don't know why my targeting system was trying to go on. So, there's the tunnel underneath the base. So, and this is the I don't know what they call it. I think they call it I don't know if they call it Coast Highway. Yeah, Great Ocean Highway, which is the representation of the Pacific Coast Highway, PCH. Very popular. Then they have the Naked Camp. Which, yes, you heard that right. It's a group of people that hang out naked. Commune, whatever you want to call it. Get close enough to where you get to see it, but not close enough where you get to see their dogs. Because that's the only nakedness you can see is old dudes' dogs. Of course. But that's Rockstar for you. It's pretty funny. They shoot at you. They don't like you. But yeah, you want to get out of here. Alright guys, we're just checking it out, man. Damn. Then you have the sawmill, which is part of the main storyline, and that's part of the main side missions that you can do. It's a neat little place. We're gonna hit up Polito. We're gonna kind of circle our way back down. We'll go up Chiliad. We'll come down to the Sandy, and then go from there. All right, we're gonna get to Polito here. Hit a pole. This is a kind of neat little town. Bay town, nice and cool. A pier with nothing on it. Some houses. This is a pretty good attempt at a residential street, residential area. We actually have a couple houses that are up against each other, which is kind of cool. Like store there, looks like they kind of have some shops and some stuff, and then, you know, like a real attempt at an actual town. And you have like a nice little residential street here. Only one of a handful of areas that even have that, even have a church. That's pretty cool. It's kind of neat. Right here at the base of Chiliad, we'll go ahead and take off up that way. Probably a bad time, my pressure's smoking. By the way, if you're not sure what this vehicle is, this is called the Oppressor 2, or Oppressor Mach 2. But yeah, Pexi Oppressor Mach 2 motorcycle, technically. As you can see, it's a flying motorcycle that's got missiles, homing or non-homing. It's hated in the GTA Online community. For whatever reason, some people just hate it because they just don't ever. Some people are like, oh yeah, you gotta use that because you're a baby, and everybody talks smack and we get them with one of these things. It's just like, it's super easy. It's just to fly around. Oh, wait a minute. I have never seen this. This looks really freaking cool. This looks like an asylum. This new? I've never seen this. I've been up this mountain many times. I've never seen this thing. I am legit like, wow. This is cool. I've never seen it. I'm guessing that there's some kind of mission involving this, or it's just something they put in just for the fun of it. But pretty neat. Pretty cool. There you go. We learned something. We found something new on a stream where I'm trying to show you everything I know. Alright, so we'll fly up to Chiliad here. Yeah, that's I am legit shocked I've never seen that. It has to be new or something. I missed something, or I just maybe or something. You can ride that thing. It's like the what you call it. It's kind of cool. The name will come to me. But this is, you know, the highest. This is the highest physical point in the game. I think it's higher than Maze's Bank. Based on visuals, I'd say yes. The highest point you can get to on foot or driving. Obviously, you can go much higher when you're flying, of course. There's a little spot I like to show off. That's pretty fun. Getting up towards it. There's a little patch of land that I like. That's kind of like a nice little, you know, if you need somewhere to kind of chill out and get away from everybody. There's a lot of exploration you can do out here. And I don't have a name for this. I just call it. I don't even call it anything. I just think it's a place I like to go. It's like a little pond I like to come to. Kind of a little cool little patch of area here. You can kind of go over here. If you want to hop off, you can jump in. It's not very deep. It's kind of a neat place to hang out. If you just want to visualize something like a scenic area or something like that, then, you know, come over here and do that. Yeah, so you have the coastline here, and then obviously the water. Then there's this pond. That's kind of neat too. It's a lot smaller. I think this is, like people call it the frog pond or something. Like it looks like it's just like a pond you find. But you know, if you keep going along the coast, you got the lighthouse, which is kind of cool. I don't really spend a lot of time at the lighthouse because there's just not much reason to, other than when you have to do commissions. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get to in a vehicle. It's just like the roads it takes. But there's the house, kind of a cool little house. I think there's a cave down right there too. Check that out. Yeah, there's not really much reason for the lighthouse. I don't want to go too far because I want to go back to Sandy. There's a cave. Ride your boat into, or if you gotta do it like this. It's about to get dark again. Wait, what the hell? Why is that thing there? I don't know why that's there. That's kind of cool. You can get one of those. You can drive one of those. Go explore. Geez, I might. It's not here. All right, I'm just gonna head back up because I don't want to go too far. Yeah, I'm already a little bit further than the south I like to be. This is the Humane Labs, kind of a fun place. There's a lot of missions that take place here. You can go inside it. It's got an internal interior. And then this is back into the Blaine County area. This is the, and over here is there's a grapeseed. Get pretty close to grapeseed. Oh yeah, this is grapeseed. There's a lot of houses. There's probably a couple houses, I should say. There's another attempt at a residential area, which is kind of cool. A residential area. Like I said, there's not a lot. There's not a lot in GTA Online residential. I understand, like this, but yeah. So here you go. So you got this street here. There's a couple houses. Store and like a little downtown area, if you will, for grapeseed and the water tower and all that kind of stuff. You know, kind of neat little area. Yeah, whatever you want to call it there. Now, if you go along that, you kind of go along the mountain paths and the trails and stuff. So it's kind of what you'd expect on a mountainside. This is Sandy Shores. This is another kind of an attempt at a residential area. I mean, kind of, it's like a very low end, obviously. Trailers, small houses, gas station. Yeah, I think it's a cop station. Yeah, just some small-ass little town. You got the old bait shop, bait boat store, boathouse, whatever it is. The abandoned motel, and just the shithole that is Sandy. Sandy Shores. You got the Sandy Shores Airport, though. Neat place to go get your plane or helicopter. And the satellite dishes. The Yellow Jack there. We'll fly into Harmony. There's the prison. If I fly into the prison, they're going to put a 5-star one on them. They don't really feel like having that because they're going to shoot at me, and then my bike's already ready to explode. We'll fly through Harmony, then we'll head back over to Santos there. So here's the Harmony area, or very close to it anyway. Yep. This is the Harmony, small little town, the hotel. That's about it. Couple houses. Obviously, then there's the wind turbines over there. There's there's a racetrack. That's both OS. It's actually technically a racetrack, but it's kind of not. Like it's the Redwood Lights track, but like it's like they're building something there, and then people just race around it now. The dirt's still there. Get the wind turbines. Those are kind of neat. They will smash you if you fly into them. Remember the back of the Vinewood sign mountain. We're heading back into Los Santos. That's kind of the whole San Andreas for you. The whole state that we know in Grand Theft Auto Online. There's the casino there. There's the nighttime. Speaking of nighttime. So, yeah, that's Los Santos. Kind of just like a way of like just showing you around, just in case you're curious, you don't know anything about it. There's the fake Capitol Records building there. There's any other landmarks. Other stuff will be in different videos, different streams. This is just going to be part of a series of just streams where I try to do something that is obviously interesting, but has like a bit of a point or a goal to a certain degree without it being like super mission heavy. I just want somebody that's watching to be like, oh, I know what you're doing. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was there. Or, that's cool. You know, like I know nothing about this game, and now I know a little bit about this game, something like that. So we can park him in the garage if he'll fly into the garage. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in learning more about Grand Theft Auto Online, but you don't really have the time to get in there and play it, then you know my streams should help you. I'm gonna try to do some fun stuff with it. I'm gonna do some checklist stuff where I'm gonna try to complete some checklists. I'm gonna try to create some checklists of my own, like maybe challenges, scavenger hunt type of stuff. Maybe if I can get connected with some people that like to play online and don't really want to blow each other up the entire time, then maybe we can work with them too. So yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'm just going to try to keep doing this more often. This stream is really more of just like hey, it's a Friday night. If you happen to be, hanging out, you're not doing anything, well, hopefully you watched for a few or several few or whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I'm going to go ahead and stop for the night because that was pretty much what I wanted to do. I just wanted to give like a big grand tour of Los Santos and San Andreas in Grand Theft Auto Online. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely going to try to keep doing some more of these, and we'll have some fun. We'll do some different stuff. We'll try to change it up. Try not to be too boring or anything like that, but just I don't know, opportunity to see Los Santos. So thanks for coming by, and I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good rest of your night.